Hi everyone, Rachel from PSP here with your Monday workout. We're going to start with some activation and mobilization drills. We'll then be doing a superset circuit followed with some stretching at the end. I have my water bottle handy. I also have a sandbag and a dumbbell to add a little bit of resistance today. If you had a knapsack filled with some books, a bag of potatoes, or anything handy, feel free to grab that. You could do this with body weight today as well. So we'll get started. We're going to start with a hip flexor activation drill. So we're going to come into a half kneeling position. That front foot, the ankle's tracking right underneath the knee. That back leg, the toe is trailing behind us. We're going to engage our core. We're going to drive that, push that hip forward to activate that back glute. And then the same hand, we're going to bring across to the outside of that knee and just add a little bit of rotation here. So you should be feeling a nice stretch through the hip flexor. Nice, release that hand, come on back to center. We're going to switch those legs. Again, ankle tracking under knee, everything is stacked. Push that hip forward, activate that glute, reach across with the hand. Come on back to center, switch again. Release that hand, switch out those legs. One more each side. Back to center, final one, guys. Great job. Come on back to center. We're going to go into some glute bridge work. So we're going to come over onto our back. We're going to bring our arms up overhead. So just a slight bit of mobility through that thoracic spine, a little bit of a stretch through the chest. From here, plant your weight into your heels. We're going to drive our hips up and we're going to contract our glutes. So nice straight line from my knee over my hip, down over my chest. If you're feeling this a little more through the hamstrings, folks, you can try to kind of creep the feet in towards the bottom a bit. And then just relax back to the floor, reset if need be. Press those hips up, contract the glutes. And come on back down to the floor. Let's try a single leg version. So bring one leg up over the hips, press through that working leg, contract that glute. And then come down to the floor, switch out those legs. Press up, hold, hold, hold. Great job. Come on down to the floor. From here, we'll go into some hip abduction. So we're simply going to roll over onto our side. You can let the head just rest on the arm. We don't want to strain the neck at all. The bottom leg is bent just to add a little bit of additional support. And then that top leg, we're going to bring up to about 30 to 40 degrees. And nice and controlled, bring it back down. Lift again. If you're having trouble feeling this, guys, you can bring that hand to the kind of the top and back of the hip. Put your thumb right on that glute medius muscle. Sometimes that's a little bit of mind-muscle connection. Helps you feel if you're using the right muscle for that. And then bring that leg down nice and controlled. One more time. Great job, guys. Back to the floor. Flip over onto our other side. Same thing, just relax the neck. Bottom leg is bent for a bit of additional support. About 30 to 40 degrees. Slight hold. Nice and controlled. Lift again. And down, and lift one more time. Great job. And just drop that leg. From here, we're going to go into some extension and rotation of the thoracic spine. So we're going to start on our hands and knees. Knees are going to track underneath our hips. Wrist is tracking underneath the shoulder. So we're going to bring one hand behind the ear, kind of towards the back of the head. Make sure on that right side that you're stabilizing through the palm of that hand and adding some stability through the shoulder there. So from here, guys, we're going to drop as if we're dropping that elbow towards the opposite knee. And then we're going to open up, letting the eyes follow the elbow up just to where it's comfortable for you. Get that neck involved a bit. Knee towards the, or elbow towards the knee. Let the head follow that elbow. And then open up. Elbow towards the knee. And then open up. Great job. Come on back to center. Drop that hand. We'll switch it around. Again, knees are tracking underneath the hips. Wrists are stacked underneath the shoulder. Hand comes up behind the ear. Turn towards that opposite knee. And then open up to where it's comfortable for you. Let the eyes follow the elbow. Open up. And open up. Back to center and release. From here, we're going to go into a floor slide. So we're going to just come to the edge of our mat here. We're going to stretch out our chest, the front of the shoulders. There's a little bit of engagement of the upper back and the shoulder stabilizers as well with this. So we're going to lay down onto our back. Our arms are going to come up almost like we're forming. It's a little harder for you to see this. On our back, arms are going to form a Y. So they're at about 45 degrees. We're going to drive our elbows down towards our hips. Almost like you're making a W or doing a lat pull down. Try to keep those forearms in contact with the floor at all times. And then press back up into that Y, or almost like you're doing a shoulder press. Elbows down towards the hips, forearms in contact with the floor. Press back through. elbows to hips, press back through. 2 more, guys. Elbows towards the hips and press back through. Last one. Forearms are in contact with the floor as we slide those elbows down and then press back up. Great job, guys. From here, we're gonna go into a shoulder press push-up. And for this, folks, instead of going up and down like a regular push-up, I want you to think about bringing the forehead forward. So we're gonna keep the feet fairly wide for this. We're gonna try to keep our hips fairly high, and we're gonna drop towards the floor, and we're driving our forehead forward, just where it's comfortable for us, and then coming back up. So forehead comes forward towards the floor, back up. Make sure that you're keeping your core engaged when you're doing this. That's 3. We're going to go for 2 more. Hips are high. Bring the forehead forward towards the floor. And we're going to do 1 more. This is going to help with any of those pressing diagonal exercises. Great job, guys. Drop to your hands and knees. Give those arms a little shake if you want. And then our last one is a squat to a stand. So we're going to start in our regular squat stance. Okay, from here, we're going to hinge at our hips. Try to stay long through the legs. Don't lock out your knee joint. Reach down for those toes. We're going to press our hips back. Our chest comes up. Our arms are long. And then we're going to reverse that. So we're going to drive our hips back up. Hinge at the hips. Reach for those toes. Press those hips back. Arms are long, chest is up. That upper back feels activated. We're going to press our hips back up. Nice stretch through the hamstrings. Come on, back up. 2 more, guys. Final one. Great job. Okay, we'll get started with the workout.